Hi, Takodians. This is Mike Hoefer, CT21. Some of you went to camp with me in the 70s and early 80s. Some of you might have worked on staff with me in the 80s and early 90s. Some of you may have been on my staff when I was the camp director in the 90s up until 2000. And some of you may know my kids, Taylor and Madison and Alex, who went to camp for a number of years as well. I live in the Keene area and still try to be involved with the Y and Camp Takodah as I can. I've got Tova with me here looking for some attention. But anyway, worship was always one of the harder candles to find someone to talk about at camp, so I was a little intimidated when Sarah asked me to do so. But as I've been thinking about it, worship is a lot about I think worship is a lot about thinking deeply about things, dedicating time to think about the things that are important to you, and finding a way to connect with those things and be aware and listen for those things. One of the things I've done at the start of this new year is try to be a bit more mindful with my time, I suppose. I ended up deleting Facebook and Instagram from my phone, and that has helped free up a lot of time in my day and helped me be more mindful of where I am and what I'm doing. Among those things, it's let me do some reading, and there was a little passage in this book that I thought was interesting as it speaks to worship and spirituality a little bit. The story is The Eyes and the Impossible. It's an all-ages novel by David Eggers. Gretchen read it as well and really enjoyed it. It's about a group of animals that live in a park and some of the things that they get up to. This passage is about Sonia, a squirrel that lives there in the park, and it just struck me. It was one of the many, you see, I flagged many little things in here that caught my eye and that I wanted to think about and be mindful about. So let's see. It says, Sonia raised her small face to the sun, something she does up here on those rare sunny days. Sonia lives much of her time under the trees in the shade of the pine and eucalyptus. So when she comes up here, she aims her face to the sun and in this way listens to God. And that just struck me as someone who doesn't necessarily consider themselves overly religious, finding a way to connect with a bigger picture, something bigger than we are, and give it some time and attention. And who doesn't like putting their face in the sun for a little bit? So that's my message today about worship. Thanks for listening, and thanks for supporting Takodah.